Hey everybody, so this video is going to be about cold calling, and it's a lot. Nobody likes to do it. Maybe some few, masochist guys like to do it or whatever. But most people don't, including myself. I'm not. I didn't wake up, grow up. Like, oh, I love cold calling, right? You do it because you have to. And I'll tell you right now, the more you do it, the more easier it gets. That's how it is. Like anything, anything that's hard, you just put the time into it, do it. So, but I want to say this to you because. Um, this is if you want to do cold calling. I mean, we just it's the elephant in the room. You got to talk about that if you want to make money in real estate wholesaling. Look, here's the reality in this business, like anything. Okay, it's time or money in any kind of business. Okay, and how you make money. It's the fundamentals of real estate wholesaling. Is again, I've said this many times. I'm going to keep saying this because you need to understand it. You're a problem solver, so you want to find a seller's problem and a buyer's problem. And if you can solve both those problems, you make money. Okay, that's how it works. All right, you're providing a service to both the seller and the buyer. Okay, now to do that, you're going to have to do some marketing. You're either and certainly sales. You just will. Sales and marketing are critical to this business. Okay. That being said, it's like any business. I don't care if you want to start a lawn care business or a cleaning business. You're going to have to do sales and marketing. And hey, hey, guess what? You want to get your house clean? We're having a sale on Tuesday. Whatever. Okay, you got to do marketing. Okay, and then when you talk to the seller, well, why should I use you? Not seller, but to the person wants their house clean. Well, yeah, we're real clean, licensed and bonded, or whatever it is. Okay, blah blah blah. You get my point, right? Real estate wholesale is the same concept. And so why am I saying all this stuff in regards to cold calling? Cold calling is simply a marketing strategy and a sales strategy so you can find sellers with problems and solve it. Okay, that being said, like anything, time or money, if you have a big robust marketing budget, by all means buy the probate lists and do a bunch of split testing and spend the money, and you get 5-6 grand a month of marketing, you know, spend it, and really I would exhort you to do your split testing, campaign A, B, and C, and run it for a month or a week. Campaign A isn't very good. I only got one call. Campaign B, I got 2 calls. Campaign C, I got 5 calls. Okay, but we're gonna try C now, right? Test it cleverly, and then when you get the inbound calls, then they're already warm lead. Figure out what the problem is and solve it. So that is a way you should do marketing if you can do that. Okay, but a lot of people, most people getting into this business aren't in that financial position to start spending 5-10 grand a month of marketing. Okay. So you're forced to cold call. Okay. And that's the reality. If you can't afford to hire somebody to cold call for you or do marketing, you've got to do it yourself. All right. So that being said, a lot of people, they know that they don't have the budget for marketing, that kind of thing. Well, and they want to make all this money, but they're not willing to put the time into cold calling. If you don't put the time into cold calling, you're not going to be successful. I can't tell you how many times I talked to people. How's it going? Well, I'm not doing very good. I just can't get a poll of people, get a bunch of wrong numbers. Well, how many people do you call? Well, like 50. You got. I mean, your competition. I'm not kidding you. I know a gal. She's got 2 VAs blowing through 10,000 calls a month. 10,000. They're not talking to 10,000 people, but they have like some software module, I think it is, and they're talking through. I mean, they're blowing through that much, and she's making 20-30 grand a month, right? Well, that's a huge amount of people to be talking to, and each market's different. Some markets, you're gonna have to call a lot more people. But here's the reality: whatever number if you're gonna do, there's different levels of cold calling. You could just buy some list of vacant properties, skip trace the owners, and call them cold call. You're gonna get bad numbers, and you're gonna get people who aren't gonna pick up. Okay, you just are, and that's something you have to own. And you're gonna have to do a huge amount of volume. Okay, just what? And if you don't do that volume, guess what? You're not talking to sellers. Okay, if you talk to 5 sellers a week, or I'm sorry, 5 sellers a day. Okay. Actual conversation, not voicemails, not hang-ups, but good conversations. You're going to get a deal a week or more. You just will, because you can solve the problem. All right. But get to those 5, you're going to have to put the time into this. If you're not willing to put the time into this, you're not going to be successful most likely. Now, I mentioned earlier about levels of cold calling. There's some warmer leads for sale by owner, and these guys are expecting calls because they're doing the marketing themselves. With those folks, you don't. I mean, it's a lot easier to get a hold of them. Okay, but you've got to be creative in how you approach them. You can't be like, "Hey, I'm buying properties in the neighborhood." You know, everyone else is saying it. You got to be different. Okay, but you need to have a conversation with them and be creative in how you solve their problem. You know, Mr. Seller, you're selling your house for $400,000. What if I give you a 450? That 50 grand above retail. That's not something you'd be interested in doing, is it? Maybe, and potentially might do a terms deal kind of thing. Does that make sense to you? Okay. The moral of the story is this: you can't take shortcuts. You cannot be lazy. If you're going to do full cold calling, because that's all you can do, it's all you can afford, you got to do it. You just do. People who are successful, they make their cold call, put on a pot of coffee, and cold call for 3 hours. Well, it's a long time. Yeah. But is it worth spending 3 hours a day cold calling when you're making 30 grand a month? That's my exhortation to you. Okay. If you're not talking to 5 people a day, you're not working hard enough. You just aren't. You got to make those calls. You got to put in hours a day, not I'm talking about 20 minutes and didn't get a hold of me. You're not going to be successful. Okay, so there it is. If you need help, maybe want to do some role play about how to talk to sellers, that kind of thing, with your cold call, just let me know below, and we'll get on a call together, and maybe we do some joint venture together. So I hope this helps. Godspeed. We'll see you on the next video.